I know you shouldn't be recording it. This is like, what the hell is this? How are we going?
Hi, friends.
Hello again, guys, for Social Gamers.
Live.
Not live. This is our third podcast. I've got to stop counting all of these. Okay, welcome back. This time we revamped it, as you could see.
It's all new. It's a whole new podcast.
We're still learning yet again. Third
We're
time
still learning.
lucky. Right, so we'll get straight to the news of how we think about these news. This is what more of the podcast is about. Our views. If you guys want to put any views down, please comment and whatever. But right, first sort of news we're going to talk about, Will and Dave, is the WoW fan server being shut down.
Yeah, I've not played World of Warcraft myself, but it's interesting. I never knew something like this existed.
I did play World of Warcraft. Now it's oh god, how many hours I spent on X-Fire back in the day? Oh dear. It was definitely in the 4 figures of hours ago. Oh Jesus.
So you're well positioned to comment, maybe.
Did you ever play on this pirate server though?
Is it a pirate server?
Well,
it had to be, because I've seen how it could be done, but I've never done it personally.
And it's interesting. It's interesting that so many people are dedicated to creating something like this, which allegedly sort of preserves the vanilla feel of Warcraft. Well, that's what they called it. They called it vanilla Warcraft. So it's a shame that something like has to be something like this has to be brought down. Blizzard are required to, because they have to protect their copyrights. The problem with things like copyright is you have to aggressively defend it in order for it to be legally binding. If you're willingly allowing people to use your copyright freely, then it gives precedence for other people to just do the same as well, which I'm guessing is the main reason why. There might be.
There's
probably a bit of business involved
money.
as well. Yeah, money as well.
Yeah.
There's no
these people aren't paying us money. Yeah,
thing at all.
Activision.
but it's the
EA.
yeah, it is Activision Blizzard.
Oh
so
yeah,
maybe there's a bit of that. Yeah. The reason, well, I don't know, but I'm guessing a lot of these people are playing this server not because they don't want to pay for World of Warcraft. It's because they don't want to play the current iteration of World of Warcraft, which I'm guessing is very different to what Dave's played back in the day.
Yes.
Which is generally because of the golden era. I remember World of Warcraft being very, very big, like people putting loads of hours into it, like not eating or sleeping.
South Park.
Oh,
yeah. Get the
yeah,
bucket.
that includes.
So I guess it's fans wanting to go back to that.
Yeah.
Which is no longer available to them. I mean, I've read people talking about how some of the old stuff is a lot harder than the new dungeons and instances and things.
Weapons are another thing to just make other instances easy, like.
We'll move on to other news. I noticed on Social Gamers something's really blown up a little bit. A little bit, like a little tinky bit. We got like about 10 comments.
It's something, yeah.
Yeah, we got about 10 comments. That's how much it's blown up, right? But it's
relative.
Everyone's favourite gaming era, right? I was going.
Here as we remember fondly.
Well, I was going to put the 80s, but I put 90s because I saw the Sonic picture. Sonic's my big fan. I'm sorry, I'm Sonic fan.
It's what got you really into gaming.
Yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog got me right into gaming.
But was that the first game you ever played?
No, the first game I ever played was Duck Hunt on the NES. And then it went to Mario, and then I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. And then my mum bought me for Christmas a Sega Mega Drive. And then
that's what happens to a lot of people, isn't it? They get their first console and their first couple of games, maybe even just a demo disc.
Yeah.
And they play those same demos over and over again.
But then I played Sonic on the Mega Drive, and my mind was blown. It was like fast paced, but it wasn't fast paced because you had to slow down at certain points. And then you could go.
At the time, it was a very fast paced game, considering a lot of games previous to that. Yeah. Mario, for example, is a relatively.
Processing, or it was.
Yeah. But that was my favourite gaming era, was the 90s. But obviously, what about yours, guys?
I mean, the first gaming system we had as a family was a Commodore Amiga 600. Used floppy disks, and the games were generally, they varied wildly. You had stuff from like your very basic like original Donkey Kong style graphics almost, all the way up to some pretty decent 3D, like Gunship 2000 I remember was like 3D helicopter simulation, and it was fairly detailed for the time. But we used to play that quite a lot, but I think that was like early 90s, like 93, 92, something like that.
Yeah.
I think the first sort of time I started like putting lots of time into games where I'd like sit for an entire afternoon and just play a game was probably 99 to 2000. So late 90s, early 2000. Gran Turismo 2. I spent silly amounts of time on that. And that's the era I remember most fondly because it was sort of like, this is a game I'm thoroughly involved in. And
What about you, Dave?
I think the earliest memories I've got is from the Dragon 32 PC. 32 million, 32 kilobytes of memory. For those Americans out there, it is the TOS 80 model.
All right.
From Tandy. It's the same machine, but it was made in Wales.
funny enough,
Yeah, but
funny enough, talking about memory, I remember our Amiga going back slightly. Sort of, we had a 1 megabyte expansion drive for memory on it. So upgrade 1 megabyte of memory.
I must admit, my brother had an Amstrad, and it was nothing but a green screen, and you had these little tape things. And
tapes.
Yeah,
Commodore
that's what I was
64,
gonna say
that.
once you've interrupted me. But
yeah,
this thing used it. I had to buy a brand new tape machine to make it work, because I've still got the thing in its box in the loft.
Yeah, this
And
thing
it still works. Let's go.
I remember the tapes used to squeal and like when they used to load, and then once it finished, you had to turn the tape over and do the other side, and it took like what?
Kids these days.
2
They
hours
don't
to
know
load
anything
one
about the
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it crashed at the end of it, that's it. You got to wait another half an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
you
And do it
could
all
actually
from beginning.
Or you can actually program your game, because this thing used Microsoft Basic. So you can actually, yes, read the magazine, type it in, realize that you have to save it. You're going, right, did it work? It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh.
These days,
yeah.
you know,
But that's
Kids
my
will
early
never
system.
know.
Yeah,
the
that's
struggle.
Yeah, that's
Those
my
are
earliest
dark times.
system.
It's like when people talk about the 70s with all, blackouts and things.
Yeah, that's
Right.
my earliest system, but yeah, I have played on the Atari 2600 in 91 in Denmark of all places, but yeah, that was an interesting experience, and from that I got a NES for Christmas. What came out the following year? The SNES. For God's sake, it is typical. So I was stuck with the NES till the PS1 in 98. You're going, yeah.
So you missed out on GoldenEye.
I missed out on GoldenEye. I missed out on this
I've never
Mega
played
Drive.
GoldenEye.
But I've been going back buying old systems. Like I found a Sega Saturn for £8. I was like, score.
Going by the comments on the old Social Gamer, it seems a lot of people seems to be 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah,
At least the demographic on here. But
Yeah,
I'm guessing for most people, their favourite era is when they were quite young. So when they first got their own console, like we were
What
saying
they
earlier,
remember,
yeah.
yeah.
or the PC. Oh, yeah, PC.
Or
Because I
PC.
picked like this because you go for the technological stage. You're going from 2D graphics to so-called 3D,
But the early
and
3D
then
graphics were
proper
quite iffy.
then proper 3D with Quake and Half-Life
Yeah.
towards the end of the era. It's like, oh, an infamous Doom clone phase came into
Yeah.
being during that.
Before
era.
the days of what would be called FPS games.
Right, move on. Battlefield 5 leak. Well, I got a comment on this, right? I put that link up, and then I clicked the video, and I noticed the video was published on March the 26th. And then I was like, okay, yeah, this looks new. And then he puts an updated one of an older link that I'm sure I've seen before, and this was 5 days ago, which was March the 28th. So I still don't believe it a little bit, but then again,
Oh look, grass and shrubbery.
Yeah,
And
so,
Twin
it doesn't
Peaks.
really show a lot, does it? But
No, it's.
I know. I mean, that link you posted, that was the only place I've seen that. But it kind of sounds legit. It kind of sounds consistent with what the tiny little bits of information we have heard go along with. But again, it could be a lot of rubbish. But a lot of people seem disappointed that if this is true, people here. You can comments up on the
As
in post,
you
but,
say, the hype
this
train.
person here commented,
Yeah.
you know, it's not World War One. I'm disappointed, or you know, so much for World War Two. People obviously wanted to see, you know, a World War setting. If this is anything to be believed, it's not a continuation. But
that's not going to happen.
It's
no World War II stuff unless you buy a different game. But they're saying that there's going to be a female character this time, which I like playing. I got to tell you this. Right, when I was a kid, even now, right, if there's a female character to choose, like in Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, I will pick the female character. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
If it's a well-written character, it's more interesting, isn't it? It's something different. Being a male game.
But I could picture myself running around in Battlefield 5 as a woman.
It depends. It depends. It's how well written the character is. If it's some sort of really cheesy stereotype, then it's a bit icky. But
if it's anything like Ripley from Alien films, that's how you make a hero heroine figure. Just done this.
But yeah, it's always a little. Yeah, it's always a little bit iffy when people try and put in a female character. Like, look, she's really strong and confident. Isn't that exciting? It's like, oh yeah, why is that exciting? It should be normal. Why are you trying to sell this as a different thing?
Then you go to Japan and go, oh, look at those. Oh, hello.
That's
I'll see them all.
Yeah,
that's like, oh.
So when people try and make female characters being interesting as a selling point, it's like, oh yeah, why shouldn't they be? It's like, you know, Lara Croft. You know, is a fine example of that.
But like I said, I've looked at the Battlefield video where that Frag's website gets it from. I still don't believe it, but hey, it's another hype train, as you say, Will. But other than that, I think we're pretty much wrapped up on
That's
today.
about it. Got there in the end.
Yeah.
One way or another.
Well, I'd like to say goodbye from me, RS Tomo. Goodbye from Will.
Goodbye.
And goodbye, I'm not going to say it today, but not the angry Scott, but Dave.
And it's goodbye from them.
David.
See you later, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video.
Stay frosty.
Bye for now.
Bye.